Hello, today we are going to be starting a new project where we'll be drawing portraits of the kings and queens of Heart. The Queen of Hearts is a character from Lewis Carroll's book Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. In the story, she is a foul-tempered monarch who is quick to decree death sentences at the slightest offense. Her most famous line, which she repeats often, is "Off with their heads." Alongside the King of Hearts, the Queen is the ruler of the lands in the story. This image of Elizabeth de Mowbray, Duchess of Norfolk, inspired the original illustration for the Queen of Hearts. Some believe the King of Hearts is modeled after Charlemagne, also known as Charles the Great, the first Holy Roman Emperor. The King of Hearts is the only playing card in which the king does not have a mustache. This is a little poem about the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on the summer's day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole the tarts, and took them clean away. The King of Hearts called for the tarts, and scolded the knave full sore. The Knave of Hearts brought back the tarts, and vowed he'd steal no more. Okay, today we're going to be setting up the background and the border and doing the drawing of our King and Queen of Hearts portraits. So to start, we're just going to need a ruler and a pencil. And we have a white piece of paper here. Mine is 9 by 12, which is just the standard size piece of paper I'd normally give you in school, but you could also use a piece of printer paper. Mine's a little bit thicker than printer paper, so if you have that kind, you could use that too. So to start off, we're placing our piece of paper portrait style on the table, that's vertically, and we're going to create a border around the edge. We're going to line the long side up of the ruler with the edge of the paper. I'm just going to very lightly draw a nice pencil line. Oops, I ran into my table there. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing to all 4 sides of my paper, making sure that it's very light because there are going to be spots that I want to erase. Lining up with the edge and then drawing a straight line. Line up with the edge of the paper. Hold your pencil against the ruler and just draw a straight line, nice and light. Now where these lines overlap, I'm going to erase, but first I'm going to draw the letter inside for whether it's a Q for Queen or a K for King. So for Q, I'm going to do this one as the Q. I'm going to make a nice neat Q. Then I'm going to erase that extra line. And then I'm going to put a little heart underneath. So if you're doing a king, you do the same thing, but with a K. Then I go down to the bottom right-hand corner, turn the paper upside down, and make another Q or K, and a heart. Then I erase those extra lines. Excuse me. This line here can get erased, little box. Okay, now that I've got my Q and my border, I'm going to move on to drawing the face. So let me do the Queen first, and then I'll go back and do the King. So if you're doing the King, you can fast forward through this part. So to draw the face for the Queen, we're making a portrait, and we're going to start up near the top of the paper and draw a straight line to represent the top of the head. Now we're going to start at the left and draw backwards a big capital J backwards to define the outline of the face. Now we're going to add what we'll call curtains, which are like bangs, on the forehead to represent the curves of the hair. Now we're going to add eyes and a half triangle for the nose and small circles to emphasize the cheeks. You can make the eyes however you choose to make eyes. So I'm gonna just make mine kind of standard football shape. A little bit rounder than a football probably. Then inside, I'm actually gonna give it some eyelids. And I'm gonna make a circle inside. That's the iris, and inside the iris goes the pupil. And I'll give her some eyelashes. You can make this Queen of Hearts look like you if you'd like also. So your color eyes, your color hair. I'm just gonna do a little half triangle for the nose. You can make the nose however you'd like. We'll add some lips. So that's a slightly curved line. A curve that comes in and a curve that goes back out, and a big U shape underneath, and then some little circles for the cheeks. Okay, so the top lip, just to go over, is like a bird in the sky. You know when you draw a bird that's far away, it's like a wide spread out M. And the bottom lip is just a curved line. So now we're going to add curls on the right side of the face, which is just like a backwards J that turns into a spiral. This is trying to be kind of stylized like a playing card. Okay, and that would be it for the face of the Queen. Now we're going to do the crown and the robe. So to do the crown and the robe, I'm just going to add a zigzag line above her head, so 2 diagonal lines up, and then a zigzag, and then some diamonds or circles on the inside. I'm going to do 1 circle, and a diamond is an upside down V and a right side up V. Upside down V, right side up V. Side and 1 more on that side. And then for the robe, we're going to draw a trapezoid shape under the head. So we're going to add all the way down to the border. I'm going to make a trapezoid shape, slightly curved. Now we're going to add a block style capital Y. So there's my Y in block letters. And then I'm just going to add some trim. You can make any kind of details you'd like here. Okay, just make sure that the patterns are the same on both sides, but again, you can make it however you'd like. So that is the Queen. Now I'm going to move on to the King. So if you did the Queen, you can fast forward through this next part. Okay, for the King, we're going to start the same way as we did with the Queen. We're drawing a straight line to represent the top of the head. We're going to make a backwards letter J to define the outside of the face. I'm going to make curtains on the forehead to show where the hair goes onto the forehead. So 1 curved line this way, another one this way, and then some more lines lines to show the hair. Then I'm going to add the eyes, a half triangle for the nose, and small circles to emphasize the cheeks. So the eyes you can do however you'd like. I'm going to do a curved line and another curved line. Curved line, curved line. Inside I'm going to make a circle that touches the top of the eye. Same thing here. That's the iris, the colored part of the eye, and then the black pupil. You can make the eyes however you'd like. I'm going to make a half triangle for the nose. And then for the mouth, I'm going to do a slightly curved line. Then picture if you're drawing a bird at the beach, like a seagull, you know how it's like a wide flat M, and then a curved line underneath for the bottom of the mouth. Those little circles for the cheeks. And if you're doing the King of Hearts, you might want to add some facial hair, like a mustache. The real King of Hearts doesn't have a mustache, but if you'd like to add one, you could do that. I'm going to make one right here. And you could also add a little goatee if you'd like to. Now I'm going to make his hair, and back then, we know that men had long hair too, so I'm going to make some long backward J's that turn into spirals. Now I'm done with the King of Hearts face. Now comes time to add the crown. For the crown, we're going to do 2 diagonal lines up, connected by a zigzag. Then you can add some circles and diamonds in there if you'd like. For the robe, I'm going to draw kind of a curved trapezoid that goes down to the bottom of the paper. And inside there, I'm going to make a block letter Y. So I'm going to make a V, 2 diagonal lines in, and then 2 vertical lines down. And then you can do some patterns on here too, if you'd like. Just make sure that they're symmetrical. So that means they're the same on one side as they are on the other. All right, so we are done with drawing the King of Hearts and the Queen of Hearts. I'm going to stop here for today, and next week we'll outline with Sharpie, either blue or black Sharpie, or black marker if you don't have Sharpie, and we will add color. Next week I'm going to be using my markers and crayons because I don't have a skin color, a peach, in the markers, so I'm going to use it from the crayons. So those are the supplies that you'll need for next week. And also start brainstorming a way that you show heart, okay? So we know heart in school means honesty, empathy, acceptance, respect, trust. Brainstorm one way that you show heart, and we're going to try and tie that in to our border. So if you're finished early, you can go to artforkidshub.com and draw anything on that website. You could free draw in your sketchbook if you have one, or complete any page in your sketchbook. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Great job today. Bye.